Erica Vandersandy. I work with Mantooth Marketing Company here in Fort Collins, and I've had various roles over the past 9 years since I graduated from CSU, but I did start out in the workforce with a graphic design degree, and I actually went to college and got a fiber art concentration as well. And that one was very random. I actually just really enjoyed fiber arts. I enjoyed being in the art building at CSU and had absolutely no idea what I was going to do with that. And it's been very interesting because when I went out into the workforce, I professionally just dived into graphic design and was able to secure a job at Copper Mountain Resort very quickly after I graduated, about 3 months after. And immediately, once I started the job, about a month in, I realized this is not what I enjoy doing full time. And it was something, I really loved being creative, I really loved art, but I didn't really love being told how to change my art and how that needed to apply to brand standards and things like that. And so thankfully my job was very entry level, and I worked at a division of Copper Mountain that needed a lot of help. They needed a lot of marketing help, and they didn't really have anyone covering all these different areas of PR or social media or website development. And so when I voiced my interest in kind of learning more, everyone that I was surrounded by basically said, okay, what do you want to learn? And they just started piling things on my plate. And you'll find, especially in marketing, that happens a lot, especially if you ask for more. And that's something that I encourage anyone, if they feel like they're interested in a certain area. There's so many areas of marketing, and a lot of them cross over. And a lot of pieces touch other pieces, like social media. That is all dependent on your brand strategy. So if you love doing brand strategy, dive into that. But if you like doing social media, they all talk to each other. They all interrelate in some way, as well as PR, as well as digital marketing. So if you ever want to learn more about a different area, I always encourage people to start with a company that is really doing it all, so that you have the chance to learn a little bit about every division of marketing. Where else should I go? So another thing that I would tell students is to, no matter what, try something new. Always try new things. It was amazing in that first job that I had because they really needed somebody who could do so many different skills and just take on so many different jobs. I was able to do the most random of things. So you would think, thinking back to my degree, so I had a concentration in fiber arts. You would think that wouldn't really translate into that job, but it did, because we developed an apparel line. And I needed to know a lot about fabrics, and I needed to know about screen printing on fabrics. And that was what I had learned back in school. And so I would also tell someone that, sometimes people are really hard on themselves of, oh, I went to school for this, or I spent a summer learning about this, but it really doesn't apply to my current job. And I would say that it does. There's always a way to integrate your background and your experiences into a new profession. And so I would always keep all of those doors open if you can, and be able to kind of be a jack of all trades, because I believe it served me really well, to kind of never say no to anyone, and to always reach out and just say, how can I help you? And I'm happy to take on that job or that skill, and I'll learn how to do it as I go. So I think that's really important. I wish I would have, when I was in college, explored more about marketing. It was definitely an area that I knew I was interested in, and quite honestly, I loved art so much that I stayed in that area of focus, but I'd always known that I was going to go into marketing, and I wish at that moment in my life I had done some sort of job shadowing with a marketing professional to really understand how this all comes together once you get out into the workforce. I wish I had done that, and I didn't, and that's definitely an area that I think it probably would have saved me a year or two of trying to figure out what in the world do I actually want to do. And, you know, not only just one person, I wish I would have dived into different areas of marketing as well. It wasn't until probably like 4 or 5 years in that I realized I really love digital marketing. And thankfully I stumbled upon an amazing job with a great employer that kind of showed me everything having to do with digital marketing, from email and commerce marketing. But I got to learn a lot from them. And I wish I would have, looking back when I was in college, wish I would have focused in all different areas of marketing and at least done a handful of different job shadowing opportunities that allowed me to kind of explore which area means what, and, you know, what interests me the most. Is that good? Yeah. Like, what else can I feature?
Any other like last words or advice for students, high schoolers, or parents?
I feel like the most important thing is to just never say no to an experience. I have been in a really great position where I work with a lot of interns and a lot of people that are in college or freshly out of college. And you would be surprised, there are some people out there that when you ask, you know, would you like to learn more about social media? Can we teach you some of the basics? And they respond sometimes and they'll just be like, no, I'm not really interested in that. And it kind of catches me off guard because everything is related. It's very helpful to have a background, or at least a general understanding of how all different areas of marketing work. And so what I would encourage is that you learn as much as you can, and also work to get mentors in the areas that you enjoy. I think that is also one of the most important things, is to really start highlighting and noting who are your kind of heroes in your arena. So in marketing, I'd always had people that I was looking up to and asking them questions about how I could get better in certain areas, and areas especially where they really excelled in. How did they get there? Because they didn't just come out knowing how to do these skills. They've worked with them for years. And so mentors and people that can help you out in especially job shadowing and beyond, they can definitely give you a lot of words of wisdom and help to spell out that path for you.